Hello all, my name is Krish Nayak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in this specific video, I will be talking about all the things that you really need to learn in order to master generative AI. Now, this field has become really popular in the recent days based on the amount of research that big tech giants are specifically coming up with. You know, the kind of LLM models, LIM models, multi-models that is being created. If you see all the tech giants like Google, Meta, X, which is owned by Elon Musk. And if I talk about companies like Anthropic, they are in a furious fight to probably develop the best LLM models. Again, they are trying to bring that kind of benchmark. And if I talk about other companies who are really looking for automating most of the use cases, are specifically using all this kind of LLM models or multi-model in order to solve the use cases also. So if you are already learning generative AI, then the plan, the roadmap that I specifically give over here will definitely help you out. Okay. So if I talk about generative AI over here, guys, two important things you really need to do and understand whatever things that I probably say, whatever skill sets that I probably say. I have already uploaded videos with respect to this. Every playlist will be given in the description of this particular video. But the way that how you should specifically learn it is very much important. Now, with respect to generative AI, if I probably talk about, first of all, I really want to talk about prerequisites. Okay. So prerequisites is the most important thing and this prerequisites will be very much important. If you are skipping this, trust me, it becomes very difficult to crack the interview. If I talk about prerequisites, at least one programming language like Python, okay, you really need to be familiar with, because right now, whatever frameworks and libraries are actually coming up with respect to generative AI, specifically with respect to LLM models, LIM models, even multi-model, let it be companies like Google, Meta, everybody is basically working along with Python programming language. So Python programming language is must. This is the proper prerequisites that you should really do. Second is obviously statistics. Okay, statistics is something that you really need to be good at. Okay, again, the reason why I'm telling you to study statistics and understand how you can apply it in a real world scenario, it is just for making sure that you answer all the questions in the interview, right? So one of the favorite questions that are specifically asked in interviews, let it be generative AI, data science, statistics will definitely be involved. Coming to the third thing is with respect to NLP and computer vision. See, now many people like to specifically work with LLM models or LIM models. So that is the reason why now companies are coming up with multi-models, right? So multi-models, okay, if I talk about multi-models, right, and this will basically be my base. Understand one thing is that if you are really interested to only work with text definite use cases, right? So at that point of time, your NLP should be really strong, okay? NLP, okay? If you are probably planning to work in image generation, video generation, all this kind of use cases, then your entire computer vision should be really strong, okay? Computer vision should be really strong. Now you decide, like I have an interest specifically to NLP. So that is the reason I most of the time I actually focus on the LLM kind of models itself, right? Computer vision, I have the idea, I know about object detection, I know about things like that, right? So since we are talking about prerequisites, so these are the two different categorization that I really want to do, right? So let's say if you are interested in NLP, then definitely NLP machine learning is important. In this technique of machine learning, you will be understanding what is word embeddings, what is text embeddings, what are the different types of embeddings itself. I hope you have heard about one hot encoding, bag of words, TF-IDF, then you have word to vec, average word to vec. All these techniques you should definitely know as a prerequisites. Again, why I'm telling you really need to know, because that will set up your base. Unless and until you don't know this, if you directly jump to generative AI, you can do it. But again, in the interview, it will definitely hamper. The second thing that you really need to master, right, as a prerequisite is in NLP deep learning, right? Whenever I say NLP deep learning, what all things you really need to learn over here, right? First thing, right, you really need to know about RNN, and along with that, you really need to know about its variants, okay? All its variants you specifically need to know, like LSTM, RNN, GRU, encoder, decoder, everything as such. And obviously, after completing all these things, you really need to know also about transformers and birds, okay, and bird. Understand one thing, guys, since I have been uploading videos from past 5 years, every of these specific topics has been covered in my specific playlist. Okay. So in short, when I say NLP, machine learning and deep learning, you really need to have a thorough understanding. How do you probably work with recurrent neural networks? How do you work with all its variants like LSTM and all? How do you whether you understand attention models or not? Attention is all you need. And right now, most of the models that you see in the market, specifically with respect to LLM models, are transformer or BERT variants itself, right? So all these things you should definitely know as a prerequisite. And again, for all this, I have already created a playlist. Let's say that you are really interested in computer vision, then computer vision, CNN and object detection is the thing that you really need to know in order to probably crack any interview, right? In order to probably crack any interview, because these are the questions that they specifically ask. If I talk about CNN, the variants of CNN, RCNN, this object detection techniques, right? All those techniques that you specifically have to do is learn all these things. I personally have a lot of interest with respect to NLP. So that is the reason you have never seen much videos that I have specifically uploaded with respect to computer vision. So again, my area of interest will again be this. I will keep on exploring this part. So once you probably complete the prerequisites, okay, and once you understand about some of the machine learning algorithms and all, then you come towards learning generative AI, or you can probably say, yeah, learning Gen AI. Okay, Gen AI. Okay, so with respect to this learning Gen AI, I definitely like to categorize this into multiple things. One, okay, first, second, okay, I'll just try to categorize this so that based on this categorization, you will be able to learn things. Okay, what all things this categorization will be focusing on? Second and third. Okay, now if you really want to learn Gen AI or generative AI, obviously after covering this particular prerequisites, now the popular question is that, Krish, can I directly jump into this? Okay, you can, but in interview you will face a lot of problem if you don't know the basic things. Okay, if I ask you about word embedding, you will say, hey, I will be using Olama embedding, OpenAI embedding. If I ask you, hey, how does it work? How are all these specific models used? So if you don't know word to vec, how these models are used, then you'll not be able to answer it, right? So that is the reason you really need to be good at this. If I talk about learning generative AI, okay, first thing, definitely you need to know about frameworks to develop, right? Frameworks to develop Gen AI application, right? Now, whenever I talk about frameworks, okay, and there are a lot of things that I specifically want to talk about it, okay. So some of the examples with respect to frameworks like LangChain. Right? If I talk about Llama Index, if I talk about Chainlet, and obviously if you are following me, I'm making sure that I cover all these things. Okay, so I will talk about frameworks also. I will write it in below. Okay, so if I talk about frameworks, right, these frameworks actually help you to work with any kind of LLM model. So one is LangChain, the other one is Llama Index, right? And the other one is Chainlet. Along with this, you also have Hugging Face, right? So with all these frameworks, you can definitely work with any kind of LLM models. Okay, all these frameworks are super important. So this is the one of the thing that everybody should basically know about it. Okay, parallel learning, and this is the strategy that I have also followed when I had probably started a couple of years back. Okay. Along with this, if I talk about frameworks, then the next series is LLM, multi-models and all. Okay. Along with this, when I say multi-model, again, it works with both text and images. Now here, there is a huge competition, right? A kind of competition is there from all the big tech giants, right? You really need to understand which all performance metrics is better, because in a company that you go tomorrow, right, they may ask you that, hey, try to use any kind of LLM models that you have, try to use open source LLM models. So here I will also be writing open source LLM models. Okay. So any of these particular LLM models, you specifically need to know how does it work, what is the performance accuracy, and you need to keep on researching on these things. Not only that, Let's say there is a model as a service, right? Like AWS Bedrock provides you multiple model access in the form of API. So you should also know about that and how you can consume in that specific application. So start exploring all these things. Some of the examples are like OpenAI. See, if you probably see in my playlist, I've created videos on OpenAI. I've created video from Gemini Pro, right? Gemini Pro. I've created videos from Cloudy. So everything. Why I've created this? Just to make you understand how you can consume all this kind of APIs and probably start working on creating a chatbot application. The third thing from frameworks and then LLM, and then third thing, most important thing is nothing but fine tuning, right? And if I talk about fine tuning, techniques like Clora, LoRa, right? And how do you fine tune with different open source models also, right? Fine tuning with open source model. And if you know, I've also created a video how to fine tune with the help of Mistral, Llama 2, right? Gamma model, everything. So open source model specifically helps you in fine tuning in an amazing way, right? So that is what many companies may require in the future, that, hey, if there is an open source model, please perform the fine tuning and try to see whether our data is basically being able to accommodate or not. And the best thing about this open source models, they can be used for a commercial purpose. Only the deployment part that you really need to take care of. If you don't also want to take care of the deployment, then you can use AWS Bedrock services and all, right? So in short, these are the main three things that you really need to focus about. Frameworks, you really need to master frameworks, couple of frameworks at least. I have already created a playlist on LangChain. Soon I will be also creating a playlist, or I've created a playlist on Llama Index, and I'll also be creating a playlist on Chainlit. So there you'll be able to understand how you can consume different LLM models and all. Let it be Hugging Face, let it be OpenAI, Google Gemini Pro, right? Any companies, anything as such. And that is what is the best thing that these frameworks are specifically doing. Then I have understood about various LLM models. Then I also know about the fine tuning technique. Right now, all the companies specifically require all these particular skill sets. If you want to be a differentiator, right? Now let's talk about differentiator, becoming a differentiator, right? Differentiator. I hope one of the techniques, and I've always stressed in this technique, MLOps, right? MLOps, whenever I talk about, you have CI/CD pipeline, you have GitHub Actions and all. You also need to think about LLM ops, right? And this is the upgradation that you really need to do. How these models, APIs can be probably accessed, how this entire fine tuning process can be automated, how we have to make sure that this fine tuning process is done in such a way that the model gets updated every time. Inferencing, right? Inferencing techniques. One recent inferencing technique that I probably showed is something with respect to Grok. Right? So we recently saw about this. I have already created a video about Grok. It is an amazing LPU engine for inferencing purpose. It'll provide you an amazing response within less time. You'll be able to get the response. Again, it uses open source LLM models itself. LLM ops, why I'm telling you to focus, and probably as we go ahead, more this kind of platforms will be coming up, so that the entire life cycle of a Gen AI project will be handled. Okay, life cycle of a Gen AI project will be handled through this. Okay, so that is the reason you will be seeing that there are many platforms that are probably coming up. One of the platform that if you see is nothing called as Vertex, right? Vertex AI from Google. They are providing this kind of platforms to do it. Okay, so all these things are probably coming up. But in short, if you really need to master this entire generative AI, there are two amazing things. One is the prerequisite. Obviously, I think many of the people, if you are continuously following my YouTube channel, at least you may have completed the prerequisites. For the people who are already learning generative AI, I have created frameworks, I've shown multiple models, and I've shown even all the fine-tuning techniques, Clora, all the theoretical intuition that you specifically require. It's all about how you can specifically use. And as I go ahead, as we go ahead, a lot of LLM ops platforms will also be coming up, which I will make sure that I'll explore those also and probably create the entire life cycle of a Gen AI projects. At the end of the day, as I said, finally, whatever things you run, always make sure that implement many end-to-end projects as possible, right? Many end-to-end projects, right? End-to-end projects. Now, when I say end-to-end projects, one of the most popular project, you can see RAG, Q&A, right? Fine-tuning, your own custom data. All this type of projects completely needs to be done end-to-end along with the deployment. So once you probably do this, trust me, there is no one to stop you to probably get any kind of jobs. And understand one thing, guys, all this what I'm explaining is available in all my YouTube channel with respect to all the videos. You just need to go ahead and check out the playlist. So yes, I hope you like this particular video. This was it from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you and all. Take care. Bye bye.